Welcome back.
Yes.
Did you enjoy your break and everything? You found the restroom and everything, right?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm glad that you had a good break. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into everything. You want to tell me a little bit about what brings you in today?
Well, I came in today because my husband put his hands on me multiple times at different times. So I'm here to seek help because I need help trying to leave him.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to condone you for coming in. I know that could have that probably was a difficult decision to make. Um, how long have you been married by chance?
We've been married for 5 years.
5 years. Okay. And do you have any children with him?
Yes, one child.
Okay. And how old?
He's 3.
He's 3. That's an awesome age.
Yes.
Um. So, um, can you tell me a little bit about your guys' history together?
Well, we've been together for 7 years altogether, but basically, I should have seen this coming, honestly, because there was red flags in the beginning of our relationship. But I looked past that and I got to know him for him. And even with his flaws and everything, I love him.
Right.
So basically, I married him when everybody else told me I shouldn't. But I did because I truly love him. Um, about us is basically like we both working parents or whatever, and we are hanging on by a thread, literally.
Okay.
So I don't know what else you want to know about us. At this point, there's really like not really a lot of good memories after all the shit that he done did to me.
I'm sure that's very difficult, and I'm sure it's very difficult to talk about as well. So thank you. Thank you for sharing with me. I'm going to ask you some questions a little bit about your husband and the abuse, and these questions can be, kind of hard. So you did mention that he is abusive. Now, would you say that that's more physical or verbal?
Well, it wasn't physical up until 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when it started escalating even more. And yeah, like he hits me and, he pulls my hair, he pushes me down, and he just talks to me, like cussing me out, calling me out my name and stuff. And it has gotten worse.
Okay.
The last 2 years.
Last 2 years. Okay. Now you do have a son. Is your son involved by chance?
No, he's not. We both don't put him in that whole situation.
Okay.
No. Whenever he acts out, my son's either with his grandma or he's upstairs asleep.
Okay. Okay. Now, has your husband threatened you in any way, to physically, seriously hurt you, seriously harm you, threatened you with weapons by chance?
I mean, his fist is a weapon. So honestly, he has.
Okay.
Not with nothing like no belt or no broom or no stick, no nothing like that. But he done slapped me before with his bare hands. He done punched me in my eye, socked me in my ribs.
Okay.
and I had to cover up everything. Yeah, it's just terrible.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me. I'm, I'm sorry that this has happened. And I'm sure it's very, very hard to talk about. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. By chance, is there any weapons that he might have access to easily? Guns?
Yeah.
Okay.
He owned 2 guns, but they're always in the safe.
Okay.
But I'm not really scared because he never like threatened my life or anything.
Okay.
But also I can't be too for sure with him, because one minute he's sweet, next minute he's sour.
Okay. So would you say that you fear for your life at times, or
Definitely.
maybe when things become a little too escalated, you fear for your life?
Definitely.
Okay.
He gets a little too controlling at times too.
Okay. Was this episode one of those ones where you feared for your life by chance?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you able to leave the house? You did say that he was controlling at times.
Yeah, me and my son had to sneak out the house, and I have not been back since.
Okay.
From our last incident.
Okay, and when did this happen?
This happened last week on Friday.
Last week on Friday. Okay. Where are you currently staying?
With my mom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she's aware of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what are her thoughts by chance?
Like I said when I said before, like she was one of the ones that didn't want me to marry him. Okay. Because she always told me when she met him, like, he ain't no good, don't be with him. But like, I didn't listen to her because I wanted to go with what I felt was right. Right. So she's been telling me from the first incident to leave and walk away. But it's just so hard when I have a son with this man, and like, I still love him, even after everything.
Okay. So, there has been physical abuse and verbal abuse as well.
Mm-hmm.
Has by chance he forced you into any kind of sexual contact that you did not want to be involved in?
No.
So okay, so that's good. So you so any sexual contact is consensual.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Now, you did mention your son and that your son's not involved. He's not physically harming your child. So that's good. And you only have the one child with him?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
No.
No siblings, okay. So you are an only child.
Yes.
Your mom, is she a good support system for you? Okay. Do you have any other support systems by chance?
Yeah, my favorite cousin, she is so good to me and my son. And she's another person that is like there for me. She knows everything that's been going on too, and she and my mom both basically like had to sit me down one day, like an intervention type of shit, and really talk to me. But like I said, ultimately, like, people could tell me something, but I'm gonna do what I want to do,
Okay.
But like, I'm here today because I just have to get help and have to find a way out, because it's just gotten too much.
So you're here today because you want to be here, not because your mother or your cousin is telling you. You've realized that it's become a little bit too much of a problem. correct?
Correct, because I found you guys on the internet, so I looked you guys up.
Okay.
My mom and my cousin didn't know about you guys, so I told them about the agency.
Okay. So they are aware that you're here today
Yes,
talking with
only
us.
them. He can't know.
Okay. And they're happy that you're here talking with us
Yes.
today. Okay. So they're a good support system. That's good. I want to go over some questions about you. Do you have any current history of like any illness?
No.
Or anything like that? Okay. And then any past psychiatric or sociology issues
No.
by chance? Okay. And then any past medical that you would like to let us know about?
No.
You're pretty healthy.
Yes, pretty healthy. Thank the Lord.
Any past surgeries by chance?
No.
Okay, and then, so you did mention that you're married. You've been married for 5 years. Are you currently taking any kind of medication for anything?
No.
No? Okay. Now, you are here because of some domestic violence in your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
By chance, is there any substance abuse or alcohol abuse as well?
No, no, not that I am aware of. No.
On your husband's part, or
Well,
you don't?
me, I definitely don't.
You don't do.
Fandango with drugs or
Okay.
alcohol.
Okay.
But on his part, I don't know. Like he's been acting weird and crazy. So who knows what he's on? But I try to like stay clear from him when I'm in that house.
Right.
Because he hurts me. So I don't know.
Okay. You said that lately he's been acting a little bit more erratic. When did you start noticing that behavior? Is that right around the time that the physical abuse kind of spiked as well?
Yes.
Okay. By chance, have you? I know that you've been dealing with this abuse for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's gotten worse. By chance, have you thought about committing suicide at all?
No, I can't. That don't ever cross my mind because I have to live for my son.
Okay.
My son is what keeps me going.
Okay.
He's why I'm here because I can't continue to let him be even in the same environment with that energy. Like even though I feel like even though he be asleep or he be gone, like when he comes back he could probably feel the attention. When he wakes up, he could probably feel the attention. Like, it's not good for my son to be there. Okay.
So your son keeps you pretty grounded then.
Yes, definitely.
That's good. That's good that your son is your light. He's keeping you going. That's good. That's really good. Okay. So are you working currently by chance?
Yes.
You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, I just own a daycare that I let my auntie run.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you love kids, obviously.
Yes. That's
good. So do you guys by chance have a joint checking account? If I remember correctly, you said that you're seeking help to try to get away from your husband without him knowing. Do you guys have a joint checking account, or do you guys have a separate?
We have a joint account, but I also have a separate account.
Okay, and so you put money in there that he's unaware of?
Yes.
So he's not going to be able. Okay.
Right. So yeah, he don't know about that.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm hearing, I want to just go over, is that you're coming in today because you're married. You've been married for 5 years. You've known your husband for about 7, correct?
Yes.
and in the past 2 years, he's become abusive, physically, verbally in the past, but physically now it's become worse.
Yes.
You guys have a 3-year-old son together,
Mm-hmm.
who is not involved in the disputes, and that at times you are fearful for your life. At times you do fear that he's going to hurt you beyond what he already has.
Yes.
And that you and your son have snuck away to get help, and that you are currently staying with your mom, who is part of your support system, as well as your cousin as well.
Yes.
And that you are here today to see how I can help you to get away from your husband, your abusive husband. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to go ahead and jump over to the treatment plan, see what we can do, you and I together, to come up with a plan to help you as well as your son as well. First things first is I want to ask, you said that you have been abused physically. I would like to have you checked out by a doctor. This is just something that, we go over so that we can just make sure that everything is okay with you, since you have been physically hurt. Is that something that you're going to be okay with doing?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and as soon as we're done making the treatment plan, we'll go ahead and go over there, get that going. We just want to make sure that everything's okay with that. So my next thing is I want to talk to you a little bit about Weave. Do you know what Weave is by chance?
I've heard a little bit about it, but you could go over it, go over what they do.
Okay. Weave is a program that we are associated with that helps women like yourself who have been in domestic violence situations, as well as like sex trafficking and stuff like that. They provide a safe house for women who are trying to get away from their abusers, as well as like counseling and they can help you as well with other resources as well, and like childcare and stuff like that. This is something that I am going to provide information for you, and possibly if this is something that you're interested in, I can refer you to them as well. Like I said, they do have a safe house. I don't know, does your husband by chance know where your mother lives?
Yeah, but she lives in a gated community with 24-hour security.
Okay.
So. I
mean, do you feel pretty safe? Yes. Right there, right now? Okay.
I feel safe, but I already been looking at like different houses for me and my son, so I'm not even going to stay there for too much longer.
Okay. Okay. I can definitely give you the information for Weave if that's something that you want to do. I also want to talk to you a little bit about maybe referring you to a therapist. If this is something that you might be interested in, it might be a good idea to talk with somebody about the things that have been going on. I don't know what your feelings are on that by chance.
Okay.
Is that something that you'd be willing to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then Weave does offer like support groups if that's something that you'd be interested in as well. But I can also give you some information for some other support groups in your area that you're not alone in this. There's definitely others out there that have gone through the same thing, and they've escaped their abusers, and they're doing okay. And so it might be a good idea for you to join these support groups and be able to hear their stories as well. So I can definitely do that for you as well.
Okay.
So if you're on board with this treatment, I can go ahead and do that for you. Is that something that sounds good?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the referral for the therapist. I will give you the information for WEAVE as well as information for support groups in our area that would be helpful for you. And we'll definitely go ahead and go over to our urgent care facility and get you checked out.
Okay.
With the referral for the therapist, I'm going to need you to fill out a release of information. We did talk about this earlier in our session, but I just want to go ahead and recap with you. The release of information is just going to allow me to release your information to the therapist. This way they can know what's going on, know the case and everything. And it's also going to allow me to still have access to your case, and this way I can be in contact with you to make sure that everything's going okay and that you're getting you're starting to maybe feel a little bit better, a little bit safer as well. And it's also going to, I also want to just, if you feel that it's not working, if maybe, going into a therapist you don't feel any better or anything like that, or if you maybe want more information on WEAVE or more information on anything else, just remember that you can always go ahead and come back or call me or contact me, and we can go ahead and go from there. So I will go ahead and get this plan going, and we can get you some help.
Sounds good. I'm on board.
Okay. And have I answered all of your questions?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to make sure again that you're on board with the plan and everything, and we'll go ahead and do the therapist, go ahead and get you information for WEAVE, as well as the support group as well.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, I want to thank you again for coming in and talking to me and being brave and confiding in me and being honest about everything that's going on. I'm sure that it was, a pretty difficult decision it takes some good bravery to come in and, confide in a complete stranger about what's going on. So
yes.
I want to thank you for that.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get this started, and we'll be in contact.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.